Let some people get in here. Make sure everything's working. We got one viewer. Welcome in, everybody. How are you this evening? We're making sure everything's working, guys. Let some more people jump on here. Hey, Fusion Off-Road, how are you guys? Welcome in. Thank you for joining, of course. We are going to let some people jump on here, and we are going to get moving. Hi, Terry. Welcome in. Hey, Kinsey. Welcome in, everybody. All right, guys. I am going to bring our guest, Aleshia, up into staging. And here she is. Hey, girl. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. We got 6 viewers right now. You want to give it a little more time, or you want to go into it?
It's up to you. We can wait a few more if you want to.
We can do that. We'll chat with these people that are on right now.
Look, I'm blind. I can barely see that. Let me see.
How was everyone's day today?
Happy Veterans Day to everybody.
Yes. Thank you to all the veterans out there today and every day. All righty. Well, we're going to kick things off. So welcome to Little Foxy, the live stream where adventure meets empowerment. We are going to have our guest Aleshia Morris on today, and I hope that this podcast sparks passion and inspires dreams for those, that are in the younger generation or the ones that are just starting. So, Aleshia, thank you for joining me tonight, and thanks to everyone tuning in.
No problem.
Comment. It is not on purpose. This is my first one. I am glad all of you are here, and we are going to get going with this. So, Aleshia, tell me a little about yourself. What kind of racing do you do, and why do you love off-roading?
A good evening, everyone. My name is Aleshia Morris. I am from Wynne, Arkansas, born and raised my whole life. I am a mom of 2. My oldest son is 20, and my youngest little girl is 5. I am married to Blake Morris. He also races, and I work full-time at a federal prison. We started this about 2 years ago. Well, we started going to an off-road park about 2.5 years ago. And that's where we fell in love with it. Last year, I raced small tires in a women's class. And this year, I started my first big tire class with the big boys. So that's what I finished out the season with this year. I've enjoyed both seasons very much. I've met a lot of wonderful people. I met Kiara last year racing with the women's class, small tire. So it's been an eventful past 2 years for me. And I'm very looking forward to what the future holds.
But you're kicking it, girl. You are doing it. That's all that matters.
I'm trying.
So, in racing, egos are loud, but I believe passion speaks louder. With that being said, kind of tell me the biggest lesson you've learned in off-roading and what it has taught you.
Well, it's taught me a lot. It's taught me to never second guess myself because I seem to do that a lot. There's so many times that because we film all our races and we've got to where we do GoPros and I watch them over and over and over and I'm like, I could have done so much better. I could have did this better. I could have done that. And then I've got to take it back because I'm my own worst critic. So I've got to sit back and think, okay, you did the best you could at that time. And all you can do is work on that and you can maybe try better the next time, but you did the best you could during that race at that time. So it only gets better from here. So
yes, it does. And that's the only way you're going to learn,
Exactly.
That's how you learn. That's how you make yourself better. But like I always say, as long as you're having fun doing it, that's all that matters.
Amen. I'm having fun every single time.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so how do you push through fear or self-doubt before a race? Because I know that you get nervous when you get in that buggy before a race.
I do. Every time. It never fails. I get in my head every single time, especially this year has been extra hard for me being with the big boys and racing with all men. I mean, I'm the only female and I'm the smallest big tire in the class. So it's been rough. So I'm always in my head. I'm like, oh, doubting myself and everything else. But I have to remember, I can only do what I can, and I try to shake it off, and I just put my best foot forward, and I just zone out. I don't ever remember my races, so I just zone out and I push the pedal to the floor. And of course, as the season went on this year, it got better toward the end of the season because I got more seat time. So that's my biggest thing. I have to get more seat time, and that's what I'm going to work on, hopefully, over this next between seasons, and try to work on seat time so I get more comfortable in my seat.
I understand, the not remembering your race. I am the same way. I honestly think it's an adrenaline rush because every time I finish a race, I'm like, so how did I do? What did I do? I ended up on my side. Can you tell me how? Like,
that happened?
It always happens. So with that being said, obviously mindsets happen before, our races and that. So how do you adopt when things don't go as planned?
It's definitely not gone as planned twice this year. I have been stuck all the way to the frame. So that has definitely not went as planned this year. I beat myself up over it during that time, of course. I did everything I could not to cry. I remember the first time was, oh gosh, I think it was at Carter's. I can't remember exactly. I do believe it was Carter's. And I was so mad at myself. But I was sitting there and I happened to look over, and all I could hear was this little kid. And it was a little boy, and he was like, you did so good. He was like, you did better than all them boys out there. And all I could do was smile. That just warmed my heart because I was like, that right there made it all better. Because even though I was beating myself up for getting stuck and, not finishing, I'm sitting there thinking he thought I did the best ever. So that just made it all worthwhile.
I know how that goes. I have been very lucky with a lot of my races, and I've always had kids, come up to me. For instance, at Pikes, there was a young boy, and he came up and he was running everywhere looking for my buggy because, of course, when I'm running with the big dogs, I always tend to draw number one. So I'm always the first one out with all the boys, and I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Well, he ended up finding me, and that was the best thing ever. He wanted stickers, and still to this day, his mom follows me on all of my social media. And not only that, she messages me all the time. And just having that connection with the kids is probably the best part for me. Yes. I could care less what anyone else, thinks, and that as long as the kids are enjoying it, that's my main goal.
For sure. Fun.
So can you share how you stay inspired and what inspires you most?
Just watching everybody, honestly, and seeing how everybody's grown. Like I said, I started with you, for instance, and I've seen how you've grown. You race everything there is. I am not that versatile yet, so I know. I might try. I've stuck to the whole, bounty and mud. But I see all these women that have come up and, have grown and are doing more classes and doing more things. So I'm like, that's just awesome to me to see more women coming out in these classes that are male dominated mainly. Because when I first started watching all this, that's the main thing you saw was male dominated stuff. So you really didn't see many women out there. So, and I love to see all the kids. I'd like to see more kids because there for a while it seemed like it got smaller, and there wasn't near as many kids. But then this past year it seemed like we had more kids join. So I like to see that there's more kids, and I hope my kid does it in the next couple of years. I hope she's interested in it.
Definitely growing. So what's one moment in racing that made you realize how strong you really are?
I'd have to say the last two races of this year have probably been some of my best racing. I actually caught air the past two races. I aired out a tire at Greasy Bend this last race because I just sat there and thought, you know what, I'm going to put the pedal to the floor and I'm going to wreck it or I'm going to finish. So that was just my motto. So I was sitting there thinking, I just hope I don't tear up nothing, but it is what it is. So if it happens, that's just part of it. So, but I was having fun. That's all that mattered. So,
I always say, is my dad going to have to fix this fender today?
Right.
It's always the same side every time.
Knock on wood, I have not. I've chipped a piece of my portal this year, but that's about it. So,
Is that your son? Is Braden your son that popped in the comments?
hey, that is my kid.
He says your 20-year-old son will race anything.
He would. He has no fear. I believe that for sure.
Yes. So, how has off-road racing changed the way you see yourself?
I see myself as more empowered and stronger as a woman. I'm an older woman. So I am.
How old you are? Because I don't really think you're considered an older woman.
I'm 40. I will be 41 in April. I figure, to me, I feel like I started this late in life. So I feel like, when you go through the days of just being a mom, a wife, and, you did that for so long, and then you started doing something like this, to me is like so badass, So you're like, okay, I am kind of cool, So it's kind of empowering, and it kind of gives you self-esteem that, you can still do stuff like this, that you're never too old to do anything like this. So it made me feel real good. So it's brought my self-esteem up a lot the past 2 years.
That's awesome. Who has inspired you the most and why?
Well, when I started this, the reason I even wanted to do it is because I did watch Baby Gab. She was one of the first female I ever saw race about 2.5 years ago when she was still in the racing scene. And since then, of course, she's had 2 wonderful babies, so she's been out of the racing scene. Last year, though, we had, like I said, back to the women's class I met you. So all you women have inspired me. We have you. I have Sarah Edgen, which is part of the team that I'm on. I have Amber Holder, all these wonderful ladies that we have raced with. They've all been inspiring to me because they have all the guts for sure. And some of them have way more guts than I think I have at this moment. But I'm working there. I'm working on it.
Not only that, you also have a kid on your team as well, correct?
I do. We have Bella Edgen on our team as well that just started this year. She had 4 races in and turned out pulling 4th place out of 4 races all season long. So she missed half the whole season, and she has placed in like the top 3 every race that she did at the end of the season. So she's badass. She's awesome.
I've been watching her on TikTok. She's doing awesome.
She literally wheelied it this last race. Like,
I seen that.
I was like, holy crap.
When she came over the hump.
Yes. I was like, oh my gosh.
I did see that.
Yes.
I heard her mama about had a heart attack.
Oh, I think we all did. I think you could all hear us in the video go.
How do you hope to inspire the next generation of riders?
I hope the next generation, I have a next generation pretty much. I have a 5-year-old daughter. She keeps trying to come in here, of course. So I'm hoping that.
Let her come say hi.
I will in a minute, because if I do, I'll still be in here this whole string trying to talk to everybody. But I'm hoping to inspire everybody, like, not just the next generation, but all generations, period. Because just like me, I thought I was too old. I mean, me and you have a pretty good age gap, but, I sat there and watched you do it, and I was like, okay, I can do this. I'm older, but I can do it. She says I can do it. I can do it. So, and I want her to do it one day. I mean, that is our plan, is for her to come up and do this, and I don't want it to be just you're a female thing or be based on being a female, but I think any of us can do it. Any of the kids, no matter what, male, female, whatever, we can all do it no matter what age you start. If you want to do it, get out there and just do it. You'll either love it or you'll hate it, no matter one way or the other. But probably most likely 99.9% of the time, you're going to love it, because I did. So I did my first race in a 4-seater Yamaha, and I loved it.
So Fusion Off-Road says you're young still. And Kenny Morris says, what a good last name you got there.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Morris is a pretty good last name. I married into that family, so thank you. Thank you.
Let's see. What do you want your legacy in the sport to be?
That I never gave up. That I put my best foot forward. I did everything I could. I put my best every time, and that I never gave up. And that I was always happy. That's one thing I get now, period, is that I'm always a happy person. And I ask everybody when they say that, when they ask why I'm happy, I'm like, why wouldn't I be? To me, there's no reason why I wouldn't be. I don't want to bring anybody else's day down, so why would I not be happy?
And just
So,
watching you race and getting to see you like after the race, you're never disappointed. You're never upset. You're always there and you're on the sideline ready for whoever's next.
oh
You're
yeah.
you're never in a bad mood or you're
No,
never
I
upset
get
with
out and
your race.
run back up there, and I'm like, okay, who's next to go? Who's next to go?
You always learn from it too. That's one thing I can say about you. You always
Yes,
learn from it.
I do.
So what's one piece of advice you give to someone chasing their dream?
Do it. Don't give up. Chase it until you catch it because it's well worth it. Like I said, I never saw myself or my husband doing this. We didn't even know this was a thing until about 2.5 years ago. And once we met the people there, that's what hooked us is the people. They're amazing. They are some of the best people you will ever meet in your life, and they will jump in. I've seen people jump in when people flip, which makes me feel a lot better. They are offered to help anytime you need help. So it has been a blessing. I mean, and the people that we actually started race with now, they're more like family. We actually had Thanksgiving with them last year. They come down here, we had Thanksgiving. So they're more like family to us than friends. So I mean, me and you talk almost every day. So,
Yeah,
I
we talk
mean,
every day. We always get on that
it's,
TikTok live.
yeah,
You'll always find us on there.
exactly. So, I mean, it's just like it's an amazing community, period. You can't always believe what you see on TV. It's amazing community. So, chase your dreams, come out there and do it. I promise you'll love it.
And I always tell people, it's not about how much money you have or any
Right.
of that. It's just about having fun and getting to meet the people you've met. I've gotten to meet a lot of amazing people, whether it
Yeah.
be from Arkansas, Oklahoma, or up here in Missouri. Like
Right.
anybody that I've met has been amazing.
And that's what we're hoping to do. We haven't got to venture out as much. So that's what we're hoping to do this next year. I'm hoping we get to venture out more, meet more people, go to more parks.
You
And
get to come to Missouri.
me too. Me too.
We missed you up here.
I know. It's been forever.
It has been a while. So how do you stay focused when life gets overwhelming?
I just have to count my blessings and remember that, I mean, nothing, we're not promised tomorrow. So I don't try not to let anything keep me down because, I mean, there's times, period, I stress about a lot of things. I mean, I work for the federal government. So just a side note for anybody that knows, they've been shut down for 42 days. So,
Means Aleshia
I mean,
hasn't been getting a paycheck.
yes, exactly. So, but I've still kept a smile on my face. I mean, there's no reason to get down about it. It's all going to work out in the end. I've got some amazing support systems. My husband's amazing. So, I mean, there's no sense of letting it get me down. So, I try not to stress. I may stress on the inside, but I try not to show it. And I try not to let it get too bad because, like I said, we're not promised tomorrow. So, have fun while you can. We're going to live one day at a time.
Absolutely. What drives you most in the off-road world? If I can get my words out today.
I'd say mainly the people probably because that's, it's sad when it comes to an end. That's like this weekend we're going to the Ridge just because the Ridge is reopening in Bradford, Arkansas. So technically that's our last event of the season, and it's kind of,
last time we were all there.
huh?
I said we had a blast last time we were all there.
We did very much so. And it looks awesome for anybody that's going. So, and everybody that's thinking about going, y'all need to come. But it's like, the end of the season, it's kind of bittersweet because you're like, man, you don't get to see all them people all the time like you do during a season. So I miss that. And I miss the racing because I enjoy it very much. I miss it meeting up with everybody. Me and my husband getting to do that together, and me and getting to do it with Cody and Sarah and everybody. So I'm gonna miss it, even though it starts again in March. Still gonna miss it. I mean, I love the off-road community. I can't stress that enough that I love my off-road community.
Absolutely. I am the same way. I am missing racing. And I also have to say that I had surgery not that long ago. So I was stuck in my body for almost 2 months and it was eating me alive. But I finally got back in it. But now that it's cold, I'm not much of a cold person because I get
me neither.
So
it's been 30s here the past 2 days, and I'm like, nope, I don't like it. No, well,
it's gonna be in the garage getting upgrades for now, so we'll leave it there.
Yes, very much.
What is your favorite moment or memory since you've been off-roading or racing?
Oh, probably, I think one of my favorite moments probably has to be my first race ever. Like I said, we did, it was at It was actually at the Ridge. It was in 23. We had just started going to these events, just watching and, seeing what they were all about. And Stan said, I'll do a women's class. And if y'all want to sign up, if I get enough women to sign up, we'll do a women's run in this bounty hole. And we had a 4-seater Yamaha, which we still have, Yamaha Wolverine. And my husband's like, go for it. He's like, try it. And he's like, you might like it. I was like, all right. And I'd be danged if I didn't go right through it. That thing went right through it. And I had the best time of my life and have not stopped since then. So, and it's been the time of my life ever since.
And I always say that, it's always the buggies you think aren't going to get through it that do. Like I said.
Exactly.
You know what I call mine? The little internet grid, because that thing has been through so much and it just keeps on going.
Yeah, it'll surprise you. You never know.
Absolutely. If you could change one thing in the off-road racing to make it better for future riders, what would it be?
I think I would like to incorporate more women's class in other places because there's not that many anymore. Like this year, we didn't have one anymore. And I don't know of any place actually that has, I don't know of anywhere that has any. There might be, but I know there's not many places that do or we would have went to them. And there's actually not many places that have big tire classes as well that are running. So I think that's what I'd like to see more of because of the fact that I am a female and I am running big tire. And that's how I started because I think that would help females come out of their comfort zone if they had an only female, season 2 run like I did when I started. That helped me so much to grow and to feel more confident in my racing period and get that seat time that I needed to actually go to that next level and race big tire with the big guys this year. So I think that's one reason I did excel like I did this year because I come out 4th overall. So I was very proud of myself and what I've got. And it's not that fast, but I mean, she held her own. So I'm very proud of that.
I love doing the women's, for the seat time, but I also like being able to do the men's because when we get to beat them, it's kind of fun.
Oh, yes. It's very priceless for sure. Very priceless.
It is definitely. Have you faced any challenges being a woman in a male-dominated sport?
Well, we have. We have. I've actually had instances where I've been sat there and been told to face from a male that, hey, I'm not worried about you, but I'm worried about him and him. And then I turned around and beat him twice. So, yeah, I mean, you just never know. Never judge a book by its cover because you never know what's going to happen. All it takes is one bad run, one wet belt, because some of those side-by-sides don't like water. So, just takes one mess up.
I always say, I'll put mine on turbo in that turbo class because all it takes is them blowing a belt at that drag line.
Yep, that's it.
And if they don't, it's still fun,
It's always fun. That's why I love it anyway, because, I mean, it's not all about, it's all about winning. So, I mean, winning's nice. Yes, it's very nice. And I would very much like to win and have the money and the trophy, but it's not all about that all the time.
As long as you're having fun, getting to make the memories, obviously, with your family, because they're always with you.
Exactly. My mama's on there.
Hi,
hey, Mama.
Is Connie your mama?
Yeah, Connie's my mom.
Hi, Alicia's mom. What are some women in the off-road community that inspire you?
Oh, well, going back to earlier, like I said, when I first started, Baby Gabs was one of them. Meg Ryan, I've watched her quite a little bit. I mean, just because of the season mainly is how I even knew of her coming about. But mainly all the women from last year. Little Foxy Racing has been a big inspiration. I know this probably sounds cheesy because I'm on your channel, but it's really the truth. I mean, you got first last year, I got second. So, I mean, we got really close last year. I mean, I raced with Sarah Edgen, and she's coming out this year in a side-by-side. So I'm very excited about that. Amber Holder, she races everything as well. She races four-wheeler, side-by-side on everything. And that girl scares me sometimes because she has no fear. I mean, Bella is making a upcoming this year. I can't wait to see what she does next year. So just all the women that
one you want to watch.
Yes, and I'm excited to see because she's gonna have them give them boys a run for their money next year. So
yes, she is. She already is.
Yes, I'm very excited to see. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, it was our first year racing.
Yeah.
You know, when we were first and second, like we had never done it.
Nope.
We
That
jumped
was
in
just,
full throttle. Like,
we did. We jumped in head first and said, let's do it. So,
and what she's talking about is we did a Frankenstein 5,000.
1,000. Women's series.
It was in Arkansas, and it was a series, and I mean, there was all kinds of different races. You know, it wasn't just the straight going through the mud. Like
Right.
you did a lot of different things. And Aleshia and I came back, and I took first in the championship in ATV and side by side, and she took second in the side by side championship.
Yep.
It was really fun getting to do it with everybody.
Oh,
though.
it was.
What message would you like to share with anyone watching who's nervous to try?
I'm still nervous. I'm fixing to go into my 3rd season, and I'm still nervous. So do not let that hold you back. Shake it off, because I promise you're probably not going to remember it anyway after you get started. Once you hit the gas, you're not going to remember it, because I don't. But don't miss out on something that you're going to regret, because I promise it's the most thrilling experience of your life. That's how I feel anyway. And I've done a bunch of different races. So it's just an adrenaline rush, and you're going to love it. So do not let the nerves hold you back, because you're going to get nervous about a lot of things in your life. But a lot of times that's going to be some of the best moments of your life. So do not let it hold you back from missing out on that.
Every time, still to this day, I get in that driver's seat, I am a nervous wreck.
Me too.
Myself, you can do it. You've done it. Let's go. You know,
I'll be like, I can't breathe.
I always tell myself, I'm harnessed in. I have a cage over me. I'm good.
Right.
I'm ready. What encouragement would you offer to women wanting to race?
I say do it. Like, don't let negativity or men, which, like I said, most of the time they're going to be full support. I mean, I've had most 90% full support. So sometimes they just like to pick on you just because. So definitely do it. Don't let that hold you back by any means, because women can do it. Doesn't matter. Women can do it just like the men can do it. Because like we said earlier, I mean, as long as you're having fun, that is all that matters. And it takes one slip up. That's all it takes from somebody. I mean, I've had buggies that way faster than mine make one slip up, and that's all it took. I mean, for me to place one more spot. So, you know, I mean, it is what, just do it. Do not let that hold you back.
April Rose says, if you're not nervous, it's not important to you.
There you go. That's a good way of putting it. I never thought about it that way. That's definitely a good way to put it, April.
April Rose is a killer on her 4-wheeler. So
yeah,
you boys better watch out, because she's coming for you this next year. She's already coming for you these past few years. She's been on it. So what's something that others would be surprised to know about you?
Well, probably just my main thing is that when I was younger, I've drag raced. We've street raced. I've done a little bit of all racing all around my whole life. So I've kind of grew up around racing. So it's really nothing new to me. This is a little different to me. Because I would never thought that being in a side-by-side could mess me up worse than a car would. But literally the G-forces in a side-by-side are so crazy compared to a car. I never would have guessed that, but it has literally made me to where I had my foot come off the gas because I could not hold my foot down. Like I was telling Kiara earlier, it was crazy. The G-forces in a side-by-side. I've enjoyed it though, but I'm going to keep trying. But I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to keep trying at it. So, and I also work at a prison. So that's another thing people are shocked about sometimes, but I do work at a prison. So every day of my life, I do work with inmates. So, but it's been a fun experience. I've been there almost 5 years. So.
Girl, I am in the same boat. A lot of people don't, we're kind of the same here.
Yeah.
I am a full-time court administrator for my full-time job. And
when
I tell people that, they're like, what?
Yeah, same both sessions.
Administrator at my full-time job through the week.
Yeah,
that's what I do. But I love every minute of it, and I'm
very happy
to have it. Hi, Diego. Welcome in.
Hey.
What is the best way we can empower the next generation?
just to bring them into this sport, like let them know, keep the kids races going, let it help it grow, because it's much better for them to be at a side-by-side park trying something like this with this kind of adrenaline rush than to be out on the streets, to be riding around town or doing anything like that, because the mud park will definitely keep them out of trouble better than being hanging around town or being with your friends and stuff like that would. I love to see these kids get out there and race and enjoy it like they have. I mean, it gives them something to do on the weekends besides idle time. So we know about idle time because we work around inmates.
You see it every day.
Every day.
Hi, Daniel. Welcome in. As you know, my motto is your voice matters, your power, and your dream. So what does that mean to you?
I just to help inspire people, like I was telling you about the kids earlier, like you were talking about like kids earlier, that just remember that we can, oh my Lord, y'all forgive me for cats. I thought it was going to be a kid, but no, it's got to be a cat. To remember that we our voice and what we do will inspire everybody, not just the young kids, but we do have to remember that we do have young kids watching, because like I said, I didn't think of that until that day, that I was, that touched my heart, because you don't think about that when you're doing that sometimes. And then until you have a moment like that and you're like, oh, I am making an impression on a younger kid. They are, watching me and they do enjoy this. So just, keep doing what you're doing, because it is making a difference. And I love, like I said, watching you race, and all these kids that love watching you race. So I hope to get like that too as well, and inspire more kids and more women, period, to want to do this sport, and more kids to want to come into the sport and continue it.
Absolutely. Welcome in, Grandma. I'm glad you're watching.
Grandma?
Yeah. So that kind of wraps up my questions that I have for you. Does anybody have any questions that they want to ask Aleshia?
I'm an open book, you guys.
Yes, she is. In the meantime, Aleshia, is there anybody you want to thank? And also, how can we follow you on social media?
Yes, first and foremost, I want to thank you for having me on here as your first interview. I am very honored to be your first interview on here. So I would also love to thank Delta Off-Road, who includes Cody Edgen, Sarah Edgen, and Isabella Edgen. They're like our family. They're the ones who took us in and how we got started doing all this. So we are so grateful for them. And again, that's Delta Off-Road. We come up with our own name this past year as Bonnie and Clyde Racing, but we are still part of Delta Off-Road as well. So we're just still all one big happy family, you guys. I would love to thank all of our sponsors.
People that stand behind you with Delta.
Oh, yes. They're A1, top notch for sure. And I can't thank them enough for that. So, yeah. And of course, we could have to thank our sponsors for 2025. Fulbright ATV and side-by-side repair, Anderson Custom Tire Grooving, Little Foxy Racing, of course, Craftworks, Super ATV, Wind Nutrition, Veracruz Mexican Grill, Extreme Sign and Design, Tad Fike with Fike Fab, Matt Farrell and JBS Performance and Accessories. I do have a Facebook page, you guys. I would love for y'all to go follow our Facebook page, Bonnie and Clyde Racing. And my TikTok is Miss Morris. I do not have a racing TikTok yet. It's just Miss Morris, but I do post all of our videos on there, so you guys can go and watch all of our videos. And we are, of course, looking for 2026 sponsors. So if you're interested, hit us up. We are very much be excited to sponsor you guys and have your name plastered all over our side-by-sides.
Awesome. So my mom wants to know what it was like running for Mud Queen in 2024, and how do you feel you all did with it?
Oh, I think we did awesome. Honestly, I was very excited, like I said, to run with all these gals. And it was awesome to get a crown at the end. I'm just saying. I don't think anybody surpassed that one. It was awesome to have a crown. And then this girl right here got some awesome rings. I was really jealous of these rings, though. I ain't getting no big rings.
I'll have to make sure I have them for the next one.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You got to show your rings now. But I really thought Mud Queen, that was an awesome thing. Like that should definitely be a thing to me somewhere every year. I mean, because Mud Queen just sounds awesome. So
I had a blast doing it.
Yes, for sure.
You're welcome, Daniel. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you joining in. And I appreciate everybody who's on here. As you guys know, it is my first live podcast. So I appreciate you all bearing with me. I wanted to bring Aleshia on because I've known Aleshia through the years. We started together. She does Big Tire. I do
Everything.
a lot. I get my hand tied in whatever I can. I always say nothing's bigger than my machine can take, whether it's the little engine that could or not. But I also get to do it alongside my family. So I am very happy to be able to do that. So with that being said, I would like to thank my 2025 sponsors, UTV Toys, Murray Power Sports, Brian Whipple with Smoke and Whips, El Tapatio Mexican Restaurants, Super ATV, 618 DTF. Oh, my mom brought my rings just for you.
Hey!
Mackadoodles, Just Face It, KT Saloon, Sunset Overlook, BMF Racing, Corey Brewer, Bonnie and Clyde Racing, High Hill Cheeto, Rose Racing, April Rose, Little Foxy Boutique, Iron Hill Hauling, Diamond Key Photography, My Dad Silver Fox, the Missouri Mutters. They have been a blessing in disguise for me. They are definitely family to all of us. And I want to give a huge thanks to Off-Road, Jason and Wayne last night for getting me on last night and helping me get, my word out and to get some followers and subscribers. As, like I said before, this is my first podcast. So I am learning everything and I am so happy that I have each and every one of you to support me. And I also want to let you guys know that for New Year's, we are headed as a family to Jimmy Dean's 2026 New Year's Jam. So if you guys don't have anything to do, you guys can check it out on Facebook and see all of the details there. And I wanted to let you guys know that next week I will be sitting down with none other than Jet Full Throttle, a rising star who's already making waves in the off-road world. The future of racing is in good hands. So for the next generation, I just wanted to let you guys know that that's who I will be bringing on for my first child or children that I'm going to be having on my podcast. And is there any last words you want to say, Aleshia?
Just want to thank you and thank everybody that supported. Thanks Stan Gatchell for last year's series. Thanks Shane and Val Washburn for this past year and this upcoming season. Everybody has been wonderful. So, and I just hope to keep growing and gain more sponsors over the year and continue to race and just get bigger and better with you guys. Hey, there's the rings, you guys. Look at those rings. Look at that bling bling. Hey,
I got it all.
You got all the bling.
Aleshia and I were very fortunate to win the crowns when we won the
series
that year. And these are the wonderful rings that I won for the championship. I won one.
Those are awesome.
And one for side by side. And they stay in the box because I don't want to ruin them.
Right. They're awesome. I'm just saying, that is badass.
They're awesome. Thank you, Fusion Off-Road. I appreciate it. And thank you, Daniel, for the support. Hopefully I didn't bore you guys, and hopefully you guys had a good time. And does anybody else have any questions? Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. Also, if anybody wants any Little Foxy merch, I do have
it available.
Send me a message, and I will make sure I get you some. Anything else you want to talk about? Just chat?
I don't get it. We can chat. We can hang out. It don't matter to me. I'm here for a good time.
Anyway, on TikTok.
Huh?
I said we'll get off here anyway and do this on TikTok.
Oh yeah, for sure. We just chilling like a villain. My kid's probably asleep because she got quiet over here, so I don't know what happened to her.
So
I forgot to tell her to come back.
Being able to race and do it with your family.
It's been awesome. That's what I love about it. I can't wait until she gets old enough to do it as well, because that's been like one of the things that's been awesome to me, like I said, is to be able to do it with my husband in particularly, because it's something like a hobby we have together. So it's not like him going off and doing one thing and me going off and doing another, which we hunt together too as well during, off season and all that stuff. But it's been awesome. We've enjoyed it very much. And then to know that she hopefully will want to do it when she gets a little older. We're excited about that. So I'm hoping she decides that's something she wants to do and venture out into, because I think she'll love it. So, and she has no fear whatsoever, which scares the living crap out of me. So
that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. She always wants to go fast. Go fast, Daddy. Go fast. So,
That's usually how it goes. I mean, I'm
uh,
always full throttle.
oh
I
yeah,
always
for sure.
someone wants to ride with me in the side by side, and I can't ever get anybody to ride with me in the car either. Like, but that's just how it goes sometimes. So,
Yeah, we have a
well,
GoPro in Blake's with her riding in and with him, and he takes off. He does the 2-step and takes off. Her face is just priceless. It is hilarious. Like she absolutely loved it. So,
Alicia, I guess we'll wrap this up, and I appreciate you coming on once again, and thank you for the support always.
of course.
So I just want everyone to remember that your voice matters, your power is real, and your dream is worth chasing. Make sure to subscribe and share. Until next time, keep sharing your voice, keep believing, and keep building the life you deserve. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight.
Good night.